The second police officer killed in the line of duty while serving Henrico County was Louis Ray Beddow. Louis was born May the 15th of 1913 and was from Albemarle County outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. And he was hired here as a Henrico County police officer in May of 1943. On his last call for service, on the evening of September the 7th of 1946, Officer Beddow was assigned to the area around Varina District and the Richmond Evelyn Byrd Airport. U.S. Route 60 or Williamsburg Road, there was a report of a crash, and he had responded to this site, which is present-day Airport Drive and Route 60 or Williamsburg Road, and arrived at the scene of the crash at approximately 10 p.m. on the 7th of September. While on foot around the crash site, an automobile approached eastbound on Williamsburg Road and struck Officer Beddow, who was out on foot around the crash scene. The automobile, in crashing into him, then veered out of control, and that vehicle ended up crashing in that vicinity off to the opposite side of the highway, where the driver exited and fled on foot, leaving behind in that vehicle his female passenger, an adult female. Officers responded to the scene. Officer Beddow was transported immediately to present-day VCU Medical Center or Medical College of Virginia in downtown Richmond, where at 1:20 a.m. on September the 8th, 1946, he was pronounced dead in the emergency room. He had died from a crushing injury to his chest that he could not survive. A subsequent investigation at the scene, the female occupant of the vehicle, the passenger, was taken into custody in that day and time as a material witness. Information was developed on who the driver was. Virginia State Police, Henrico Police, and Richmond City Police were all on this case, and at approximately 4 a.m. that same morning of the time that Beddow had died, September the 8th, they were able to apprehend the driver outside of his home, trying to reach his home in the alleyway off of South Laurel Street. He was immediately taken into custody. He was charged with careless and reckless driving resulting in death and failing to stop and take account of a crash involving fatality. Officer Beddow's wife, Frances, who he had met as a childhood sweetheart and ended up marrying, was pregnant with their first child at the time of Louis's death. And 15 days after his death, their child was born. But it was a very sad occasion for Henrico County, but at the same time, joy in the birth of his daughter Judy as she came into the world. We certainly remember the last call for service and the dedicated duty and service of Officer Beddow for just over 3 years of service here with the county, and we will always remember his ultimate sacrifice.